2022, I released a track called That Sound on a label called Another Rhythm. The track has a kind of French house influence, and as I have been using this kind of style a lot on my latest production. So today I want to start from scratch. I just want to show you how I work on this kind of French house stuff. So which is mostly made by guitar loops or filtered loops. Let's go to see what I've selected today. So here I go a few ideas. They mostly sound similar. So as you can hear, they a collection of samples like that have been, you know, looped up, sampled from other records, mostly like funky records, so records from back in the days. So I kind of really like this one. I like the groove that gives me this. I guess it's like a guitar loop with something else on the underneath there. I want to start with this and see what we can come up with. Okay, let's place it here. Let's pick a BPM tempo. Usually on this stuff I like to work on 126, 27, depends how it sounds. Let's start with 126. Right, let's put this on a loop section. Let's rename it. Idea. You will see that I'm step by step when I'm building the track, I'm moving around with the volumes of each track, because I like to mix the track while I'm in the, you know, on the making. So I don't do a mix down section, because I think that when I go pretty much the loop I want, so made by, you know, kick, idea, bass line, and before to get into the arrangement section, everything has to be mixed up already, so I won't miss anything, and I got a better idea of the whole picture, how the track could sound in the end. So what I'm saying is I'm gonna mix the track on the go, where I'm, you know, selecting and also putting everything together. Okay, the next step is either way a drum loop or a kick loop. This case I'd like to go with a kick loop, and let's say I've selected a few kicks, and we're gonna go through them and pick one that it would fit, you know, like with what I got in mind, what the final track I got in mind, the sound that I want to give to this track. It's important to balance this one, otherwise it's too loud. Okay. Sorry, this one is too loud. This one is probably the best one. He has everything. He has punch, his body, and he's kind of in between house and tech. I like this because I don't want to be too housey, but I don't want to be too techy, and I think the key would be just to stay right in the middle. And of course, the reason I want to do that is because I want to get played by, you know, someone that plays house music, but also someone that plays tech house music. So I can, you know, cover all the shades of house music. In the mixing down process, my mixing down process is to deliver a pre-master that sounds like around -7, -6 dB. So during the years and trying, I delivered my, you know, technique to get the track roughly around the based on the kick. So I've noticed that if the kick in solo is around, let's say, -12, -13, that gets me to mix all the other elements on top of it, and you know, balance on this with the reference, with the kick reference, and I always end up having, you know, the pre-master around that level. So I don't have to, you know, to move around all the tracks and you know, all the volumes one by one, but you know, just based on the kick, it will sound more or less in line with the, you know, with the kick I have. So let's try again with this, let's say, trick. I want to start from -13. Then I'm gonna add on top this filter loop. Too loud. Okay, let's keep it this way for now. Rename this as kick. Let's jump straight into a little bit of EQ settings for the kick. As I say, I like to do this while I'm building up the track, so I won't have to stop everything while I'm you know, arranging or whatever to do some EQ and stuff. So probably I came up with this technique, you know, during a lot of years and then trying, and it's kind of I would say my presets technique. You know, that there's some steps that I always do as default on the tracks I'm working on. So first thing, I want to put my kick in mono, right? And I'm gonna say that again. The reason why I do this is on the low frequencies, you know, we will get this music played on a mono system, so it's kind of, it's best to have, you know, low frequencies sound straight in mono. Next thing I want to do, I want to get rid of some low frequencies that they are maybe too much, and then you probably won't hear, and then they, you know, they're not really useful in terms of what I need, you know, from on the kick track. So I'm gonna get rid of a little bit of low frequencies, like around 40, 50. We're gonna hear. That's probably too much. As you can see, here we got a peak. And this kind of something that you will see after is gonna clash a little bit with the bass line. So for sure, so I'm gonna just get rid of it for now, and then when I'm in the process to building the bass line, I'm gonna balance them together. Okay, let's try something on this loop. I wanna see, okay, if I can cut a little bit and clean it up a little bit, because it's a bit too continuous, you know, like takes a lot of frequencies, and probably it'd be best a little bit of trim. Okay, that could work. Of course, the space that you now hear, the kind of mini break you hear, will be filled with other stuff like, you know, drums and percussion, and then you probably in the end won't hear anymore this kind of stop. Let's try. Right. What can we do next? I'd say before to jump onto the rhythm section, it would be cool to have a bass line. That would make things easier for me when I'm gonna, you know, searching for loops and drums, because I have, with the bass line, I already will have the groove, you know, and then I can just follow the bass line, and then it fits all the parts in following the bass line. So I believe that would be easier than the other way around. So putting loops together and then try to fit a bass line on top of it. So